Okay, we're here today in the Kaibab National Forest at the Pumpkin Trailhead to go to Kendrick Mountain. This is a back door to Kendrick Mountain. There is another trailhead that you can start at, which is the traditional trailhead that goes up to Kendrick. But again, this is the Pumpkin Trail, which is a little bit further, I think a little bit more gain. Overall, I believe it's around 12 to 13 miles, so it's and about 3,500 gain. So it's going to be a good day. It's actually Labor Day weekend 2021, and we are the only ones here, which is really surprising. I thought there would be a lot more people at this trailhead for the long weekend, but there isn't, and I'm not going to complain about it because where there's less people, usually it's a lot more intimate and a lot more fun because you don't have to deal with the crowds or anything. So today is going to be a good day, and we're off to do it now. So we made it about a mile and a half up the trail, and we're on this amazing ridge right now. It is so beautiful up here, and we get our first looks at Kendrick. Again, as I mentioned at the trailhead, this is sort of like the back doorway to the peak, but I will also say that it's the most beautiful way. I've done it from the other side, from the traditional way up Kendrick, but this side, especially this time of year in September, everything is just blooming and it is just beautiful. I mean, we've gotten so much rain here this summer that everything is just green and yellow and purple. It's stunning how beautiful it is up here. Getting closer and closer, we just went by this really cool meadow. It's pretty much flat, so it gave us some nice relief here. Basically, I would say not just a little shy of halfway there. Again, I'm not 100% sure about what the distance is going to be in total, but by the looks of it, it looks like we should be about just close to about halfway there. So. we're about more than halfway up to the top. Taking a break here in this wilderness area, surrounded by more trees, and the peak, you can't really see it. Yeah, it's up there. You can't see it from here, but we're getting much closer. We're actually getting more towards like the base of the mountain. So far this has been mostly a ridge hike, but then it kind of took a straight right into the wilderness area. So yeah, it's been the trails narrowed off a lot, and now it's just more of just a wilderness hike. It's all it is. I mean, but it's beautiful all the same. It's still an awesome trail. We did lose the trail a couple times back there, but it was pretty easy to find. So, all right, we're gonna finish our break, and we're gonna head off, get further to the peak. This is it. This is saddle number 2. I didn't know there was going to be 2 saddles, but apparently there are. So this is the second saddle coming up, and then there's the peak. So we're almost there. We've got about 0.35 miles to go, and it's getting a little tough because the elevation, we're at about 9,800. We haven't been up over 10,000 in a while, over a year. I think it was like last summer. So, you know, for us, for the first time up over 10,000 feet in a while, yeah, it takes its toll, but it's going great. The trail's still good, and there's always a cool wind that keeps coming every once in a while, but it's but I wish it was a little bit more consistent to keep everything even more cool, because when it happens, it feels like an air conditioner is just smacking you right in the face. It's wonderful, you know. But it is keeping our water nice and cool inside of our bladder hoses. So when you take a sip of water, man, it's like it's so refreshing, you know. It's like having its own refrigerator on your back, you know. But that's it. Yeah, just we're almost there. Just last push, and we'll see you at the top. Wow, that last 400 feet gain, getting up from 10,000 to 10,400, that was definitely the toughest part of this hike. It was very small switchbacks and just very steep. We covered about 800 feet in the last mile, half mile. So it was steep and very short switchbacks, and but it was totally worth it. Here we are. Here's the lookout from the top. It is unmanned at the moment. Nobody is up there. So, and we are currently the only people here at the summit. When we first got up here, we did have some people, one couple that was here, and but they just left, and they said that they seen about 20 people this morning, kind of going up and down. It's now about 11 o'clock, 11:30, and but it seems like for most people the hike is already over. They came up much earlier this morning and left. And I will say, which I said before, I just wasn't sure because I'd never done the pumpkin trail before. That was the first time, but definitely by far that was harder than the traditional trail. And I believe it's 1 mile further as well. It turned out to be just over 5 miles. But it is more beautiful. So it's harder, but more beautiful overall. So I'm so happy we did it this way. If I would ever do Kendrick Peak again, I'd probably do it this way, unless I was in a rush and I just wanted to, whip out something much quicker. Then I would go up the traditional way and just, I look at the traditional way, if you want to do something like that, as more of a training hike, whereas this one was more of a hike. I mean, you're really going to get, your day's worth. So anyway, we made it, and I'm so happy that we did. Good job. Give me a thumbs up. Woo!
Face bump.
All right, we made it back to the trailhead. Just a little bit past, actually almost 2:30 in the afternoon. Great hike. Awesome trail. But I will say you didn't notice this at least we didn't notice this on the way up, how unstable the trail can be. It's not really until you start heading down, you start noticing like all the rocks that are moving, everything's unstable, and it's extra work, on the ankles and the feet. So I mean, it's 5 miles down, and a lot of it was just watching every single step, So we had the trail to ourselves all day long, except 2 other people right here that we saw heading up around noon. So they were heading up super late, but but other than that, we had the trail the whole time to ourselves. Only other people we saw besides those 2 were the people on the summit, which came up from the traditional side of Kendrick. So, but overall, man, it was awesome. I mean, especially to have the whole trail to yourselves on a Sunday, on Labor Day weekend. What? That's That's crazy talk, but I ain't complaining. That's the way I like it. So, all right, we're gonna head back. We got about an hour and 15-minute drive home, and it's time to eat.